Aha, you made it. As promised, I have found someone who can help you. Someone who can solve the mystery of why the Liu Qixing would hide the Geo-Archon's vessel.
So, where is he? In Liuli Pavilion?
He certainly is. Come, I'll introduce you. I took the liberty of setting up a business dinner, as per the Liu custom.
Welcome back, sir. You honor us with your patronage. Mr. Zhongli is awaiting your arrival in the room you booked.
Hi. Allow me to introduce Mr. Zhongli, consultant to an organization known as Wang Sheng, and a trusted associate of the Fatui. Indeed, Wang Sheng's line of work can be sensitive at times. Let's just say they understand when discretion is needed. And we, the Fatui, have always been glad to do business with friends who walk in the shadows.
Walk in the shadows?
It is an honor to meet you. I have heard tell of you from Mondstadt.
Discretion? Shadows? Is Wangshan some kind of business involving...
Indeed. It is as you have guessed. The Wangsheng Funeral Parlor organizes burials. We ensure that those who pass on do so in peace.
Huh?
Did you think he was some sort of hired killer? The Fatui calls many such people friends, but the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor does not dabble in such business. Well, ostensibly. Well, they are still... I shouldn't say too much. In any case, I brought you to meet Mr. Zhongli because...
Because I can bring you to see Rex Lapis's vessel.
What?
Don't be so surprised. Sure, the Geo-Archon's body has been squirreled away by order of the Tianquan Ningguang. But first, let's hear what Mr. Zhongli has to say, shall we?
Rex Lapis may be the prime of Adepti, but he is ultimately an Adeptus. Many Adepti have left us over the millennia. This is the inexorable trend. The times have changed. You must have felt it too when you were at Jueyun Karst. Archons go by many names. The god of contracts, the god of commerce, the god of war, Morax, Rex Lapis. Is the idea that he also has the... As you have seen, the time of the Adepti is ending. And the time of mankind. In years past, Liu's tradition was that a huge memorial service be held to mark the passing of every Adeptus. But this time, the Qixing have made no attempt whatsoever to respect this tradition. It is sacrilege.
Yeah, the killer hasn't even been caught yet.
Deicide or not, the concern of the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor is this. When the ritual to receive this god is so kingly, it is all... Traveler, Child has told me a lot about you. Since you have had dealings with the Animo Archon, could I ask you to help me prepare the Geo Archon's last rites?
A wise decision. The Tianquan Ningguang has forbidden anyone from accessing Rex Lapis's vessel, which of course you would need to access if you were to achieve your goal of meeting all of the seven.
Precisely. Only by participating in the rite of parting will you be able to see the form of Rex Lapis again. If we are agreed, come with me. We will speak of the details as we walk.
All right, my bridge building work here is done. Turned out well, didn't it? You can go if you want to. Don't worry about me. I might just have a few more drinks. And...
After having experienced the land of the absentee Archon, traveler, how does it feel to know that our Archon and Adepti are here all around you in Liyue? I see. But I suppose you have yet to experience the substance of Liyue's 3,000 organizing the rite of parting. Liyue is the most prosperous of the 7 nations, defended by deities and ruled by the Qixing. As such, diplomatic maneuverings of the Fatui have gained no purchase here. Mingguang of the Qixing has always been on her guard against the Fatui. That is in all likelihood why Child wants to make use of the Wangsheng funeral parlor's connection.
Huh. What would Child get out of us doing the rite of parting anyway?
I neither know nor do I wish to know. As far as I am concerned, the Fatui are merely financial sponsors. These are the advance funds that Child has provided. If you use them up, you can go to him to apply for any subsequent funding.
Wow!
Well then, let us be off. The first step in our preparations shall be to obtain some prize Noctilucus jade worth...
Welcome to the Jade Mystery, my good friends. Would you like to try your luck betting on Jade? It's cheap and it's fun, and who knows?
Betting? No, we're here for...
Noctilucus jade, of radiant grade at the very least.
Radiant grade, Noctilucus Jade? I see. You're not a tourist. My apologies. What do you think? The Jade Mystery is an old name in the jade business. Just look at that wonderful quality. Rex Lapis doesn't often bless us with such finery. Go on, pick whichever one you like.
These 3 pieces really do look pretty. Not like the ones you usually dig up. But how do we pick? Should we just grab one and go?
Oh? You want me to decide? That is fine as well. If it were me, the answer would be simple.
Oh? And that would be...
I'll take them all, boss.
Oh, you act with such panache, good sir. I always knew you were not a man of ordinary caliber.
Oh, wait, boss! That one didn't count! Hey! If we only need 1 for the ritual, aren't we wasting 3 times the more if we buy them all?
Oh, Mora. It is as you say. I suppose I
Huh? How do you not think about...
If one must always consider Mora before acting, then in all things one is bound by Mora. All Mora is currency, but not all currency is Mora.
What? Is this how the rich live? Well, he knows a lot about big money, but not a lot about big savings.
No need to waver. Even when I am constrained by Mora, I have ways of working around. Evaluating the quality of Noctilucous jade is indeed very tricky. As crude ore, there is little difference in texture, lust. Only after the item made using Noctilucous jade has taken shape will you be able to see whether it is up to par or not. If you return to those crafty merchants to quibble, they will counter by saying that your crafting bench is to blame, or that your heat control was poor.
Whoa! To think it's that easy to get cheated.
But there is a way to truly evaluate this jade, and a true insider would know it. A fool sees the pointer and misses the moon.
What does that mean?
If you point at the moon with your finger, a wise man knows that you are pointing at the moon, while a fool will only see the finger. The patterns, the facade, these are all the finger. Noctilucous jade is a mystical stone used to light up the darkness, and so its brightness is the important thing. Noctilucous jade of excellent quality would have superior pyro affinity. In other words, the bluer and brighter the luster of the ore under high temperature, the higher its quality. I have imparted the priceless secrets of the jade trade to you.
Priceless, huh? Paimon's just said that we might never be able to use it again. We're back to buy some rocks, boss. But can you let us burn them?
Burn them? You can't do that, my friends. If you were to do so, what would I have to sell? Not buying? Come now, my good friends. We can still discuss this. How about this? I can take a small sample of all three. I'll take a bit of a loss.
Don't worry. I know the rules. As long as we can prove that it...
All right, take these as samples. I've carved them off with a knife and tagged them to boot.
Aren't these too thin? Even paper's thicker. No, even a bug's wings are thicker. These are almost see-through.
Stingy? I've already been very generous. Any more and you...
But wouldn't something this thin go poof if we held it to the fire?
It can't be helped. Trying to deprive a merchant of his profits would be like forcing a ravenous wolf to vomit up the food in its stomach. Nonetheless, under the right conditions, these...
What sort of conditions?
While we add the high temperatures using pyro, we can use hydro to reinforce it from within.
Oh! Oh, sir, to think you were...
Strictly speaking, asking for samples when we have not yet agreed to purchase the goods is unfair.
Well, guess we just need to find a place to try this out. You mean at Wanmin Restaurant?
That would not do. It is a place where people come and go.
Oh, Paimon remembers! We once saw this big pot down at the Dada Upa Gorge in the camp of the Hilly Churls from the Meaty tribe. Now, let's pack those samples up and make a move!
It has been a long time since I last set foot in the Nation of Wind. A friend of mine from Mondstadt would always bring a few bottles of locally brewed dandelion wine whenever he came to visit me in Lille. It must be said that the famed liquor of the land of pastorals is far better than Sumeru's frigid snake wine.
Looks like the hill trolls are still using it. This looks like it could be used as our hydro-elemental protection. Let's fire it up and begin our experiment. We're ready to go. Hydro will help remember which one of the three is which. You use Hydro to keep making the pot hotter until we get the results you need. Mr. Zhongli said that the shinier and bluer the aura gets, the better it is, so... Head back to the Jade Mystery to buy some jade, shall we?
You're back, my friends. I've kept the goods for you. Which of them would you like?
Exactly. That's the one Paimon remember.
No problem. If you have your eye on this one,
Then we'll take a box of the third type of jade.
done. All the same, and pardon me for asking, but I'm curious. Whatever do you need this much top-quality Noctilucent?
I suppose it would not hurt to tell you.
Parting? Oh, dear. I'd heard the rumors, but had given much thought to them. Oh, it's hard to believe. Even though the Jade Mystery has been in decline, we have always been under his protection. It is said that when our Lord lost his way while going incognito in the city 200 years ago, it was a spoon from the Jade Mystery that he had used to sample the local delights. Alas, alas, all things must pass. Well, if...
Are you sure? You didn't want to even give us an inch before.
If not for our Lord's protection, this city wouldn't exist as it does now. No proprietor could earn money off such a thing.
I'm sure Rex Lapis will feel your sentiment, boss.
In the safe hands of the Liua Cheating and good honest merchants such as yourself, I for one believe that Liua will continue to prosper.
All right. Thank you, my friends. What's with me getting all sentimental like this? I'll practically be giving away all my fortune at this rate.
Now that we've made our choice, let's take this not—
Hey, wait a minute. He said it was half price, not that we could leave without paying.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. I must have forgotten to do that. As I thought,
Any what?
Mora, my apologies. Another oversight on my part.
Oh, that won't do. This isn't some small sum. Oh, wait. That's a relief. Have a look.
It's fine. Just enough for half price. Though to be honest, it'd be all right even if the sum...
Well, it's settled then. Let's take this jade to Yujing Terrace. That's where we plan to hold the rite.
Look at you bossing everyone around. You didn't cough up a single Mora.
It seems that we must.
Jewelry is out of stock, but we have some new items in.
This is a peaceful neighborhood.
We can leave the jade here. I have already called for a jewelsmith to shape them into the implements that we will need. Ah, yes. I have yet to go and see Child. So, as for the jewelsmith's remuneration...
Guess we can't do anything else. Also, is this where we're doing the rite of parting?
Yes. I have already rented this location and have begun making preparations for the rite. That's right. The Liyue Qixing have acquiesced to using the same location.
But when something this big happened here, should suspects like us really be at the crime scene? Although with that said, since we got back from Dwayne Karst, none of those pesky milliliths sold. Also, the, Rex Lapis vessel.
Traditionally, we call it the Exuvia.
Ah, right! That's what it was called. You seem to know everything, Mr. Zhongli. So...
One must think that they already have someone in mind. Or perhaps they already know. Surely they must have found all the evidence that there is to find here. These things are for the authorities in Yujing Terrace to consider. Trying to help would probably only add... Before the rite is conducted, the Exuvia will be kept temporarily in the Golden House.
Golden House?
The only mint in Liyue, which is to say the only mint in Teyvat. All the mora that flows throughout the world is minted there.
Oh, no! Paimon wasn't thinking about anything bad. But why do you know this, Mr. Zhang?
Since the rite of parting has the approval of the Qixing, it is a semi-official event. As such, there is already some limited information available. Perhaps each has their motives. But this is the capital of commerce. A little exploitation once in a while is not unacceptable. In Liyue, where the god of contracts reigns, only contracts may not be betrayed. Well then, we should go and prepare the perfumes used to...
Perfumes? Where'll we get those?
No. Perfumes used to honor the gods must be freshly decocted. Silk flower petals contain a fibrous material of good quality, often used in brocade making.
It's time for Zhongli's lectures on high...
We shall not speak of the details right now.
Hey, boss, do you sell silk flowers?
Silk flowers?
Which kind? The...
Ugh, you ignorant shoppers. Oh,
Golden House Maiden, Valley Weaver, and Fate's Yearning. One of each to start with, if you don't mind.
my goodness, you two must be his servants. Please refrain from any further attempts to contribute. I'm sorry? Ah, yes. We've met before, haven't we? Now then, please peruse at your leisure.
Silk flowers exhibit different properties based on how their environmental conditions differ from their ancestral habitat. Nevertheless, these are fine specimens. Just look at the abundant foliage here. And these stamens, glamorous as a maiden of the Golden House. This strain is an evergreen, and mostly grows under complex hydrology. By contrast, this variety thrives in any dark, damp location, often in large clusters. Lastly, this strain is quite the recluse. Unlike its exuberant cousins, flowers and foliage are minimal, and silk flowers have all but disappeared from the wild today due to geographical changes over Liyue's history.
Wow! A true connoisseur!
I possess but a smattering of trivial knowledge. My traveler friend is the one to watch. They are on track to set foot in every corner.
Oh, Mr. Zhongli, you're way too humble.
I'll take them all, boss.
Again?
How can I put this? When purchasing opera tickets, it is natural to decide based on which singer has the most. But this silk flower purchase is not an analogous case. Perhaps you don't know. Tradition states that we should decoct perfume from different subspecies of silk flower. Like several other tedious and complicated traditions, This one has become simplified over time. But this is the only rite of parting to take place for one of the 7 in 3,700 years. As such. Now that's settled, a question.
You forgot to bring money again? Zhongli.
If I may interject, did I hear you say that these flowers are to be an offering to the
Yes, in a sense.
Gosh, well, why didn't you say so? It would be bad luck to say it out loud, but I've been worried about our dear Lord ever since these flowers will be used to glorify our Lord. They're free of charge.
Are you serious?
Why wouldn't I be? I would be nobody if not for Rex Lapis. If he hadn't written those poems in praise of my wares, they'd only be worth a fraction of what I can sell them for today.
Huh. So much folklore here revolves around Liyue's deity making cameo appearances.
Thank you, boss. I think I speak for all of us.
Our skins? You were the one who...
Please, it's the least I could...
So, now that we've got the flowers...
Ideally with the help of an expert. Unfortunately, none of my acquaintances...
Talk about first world...
Hence, I need you to help by asking around in the city.
So this time, we get to go around town looking for...
I will wait for you near the Statue of the Seven. Meet...
Maybe we can find some good candidates at the Adventurers Guild. Let's ask Lan! She's master of the Liyue branch, right?
Must rest.
Hey there.
Lan, we need to ask you for a favor.
I stopped accepting commissions a long time ago. Sorry, you two, but you'll just have...
Oh, it's not that kind of favor. It's just a teeny tiny thing.
Wow. I'm just going to assume that you're either joking or being sarcastic. To be fair, I put a lot of effort into my appearance for someone who spends all their time in the great outdoors.
Well, Paimon thinks you smell amazing. So come on, Lan.
Now that you mention it, yes, there is something. Oh, it must be from the Qingxin flowers I picked on the way back. I forgot I still had them with me.
Aha! The truth is out. Lan's got a soft spot for wildflowers.
No, they were for medicinal use only. Anyway, this is a pointless conversation. If you want to know about perfume, try talking to
The fortune teller, right? Paimon remembers she smells... Thanks, Lan. See you...
Hello. How may I...
We've come to ask you a question.
Perfume? I rarely think to use it. That said, some of the cosmetics I use are scented. Since I usually set up my stall by the docks, I avoid perfume like the plague, because Celestia forbid those lusty
That's the worst thing...
While we're on the subject, have you never heard anyone mention Yingar's homemade perfume?
Yangair? Oh, as in scent of spring?
Yes, that's her. Many a rich family's daughter has gotten her to make perfume for them. Apparently, her homemade product is better than...
Great! This is just the intel we need.
Wow. Leo is really good.
Not yet.
Well, hello. You found me at last. I've been waiting for you.
What? How did you know we were coming?
Oh, I heard a rumor about a couple who were snooping around. Actually, I was starting to worry you wouldn't find me. This is the ultimate test of my appeal after.
Snooping around? Why are you making it up?
What can I say? People love to talk. Maybe you ought to be more discreet. Relax. I know why you're here. You want to get your hand on my homemade perfume, don't you? 3 in 1 go. My goodness. You have extreme tastes for someone your age. Maybe the rumors I heard were true after all. You're on the prowl and need some sweet... Is that the best you could come up with? Even if you were genuinely offering perfume to a deity, that...
Zhongli was right. People don't remember this tradition anymore.
As one of my favorite poems goes, "O cherry tree, begrudge not thy blossoms as they are deflowered in the spring, for come winter, even thy..."
That went over Paimon's head a little.
In short, I'm happy to help. Traveler, you can be my assistant, but you'd better make sure I'm the only person. So, where is a good place for making sweets? Where is that? Mondstadt? We're only making some perfume. There's somewhere closer to home will do. I've had a word with Chef Mao. We can start work. Are you ready to please me?
What did you say?
I meant make me proud. As my assistant, while I'm setting up, you can go and fetch some water.
Wow. Leo has really got a lot going for it.
Have you fetched the water? Have a look behind Wan Mi.
Try something new at the Wan Min restaurant.
Cheap and tasty chop suey.
Wow. Leo has really got a lot going for it.
This water will do nicely. Now, I need you to extract the perfume making uses an altogether different technique from alchemy. Here, let me teach you. You need to keep your wrist firm so your hand doesn't slip. Now use your strong hand to stir it with a persistent rhythm. Keep going until the Ooh, you're a natural. Now take these and don't forget to do all 3. They look visually identical during the
Try something new. Need another handsome sum today?
Wow, this is some exquisite silk flower. The essence is placed into water and simmered over a low heat. You must take care to control the heat during this process. So please focus on controlling the heat. Don't waste a drop of that essence now. All 3 perfumes are ready, and you, a testament to the lengths you will go to for romance. It's so rare to see nowadays. Wow, you actually remembered my throwaway. You know, you're cuter than people give you credit for. If I didn't have my guard up, Anyway, shall I give you a brief overview of each scent?
Paimon wants to hear this.
This first one is sweet as candy, straight out of a fairy tale. Younger women will love it. The second one is for those with more refined tastes, the first choice for daughters of high. Finally, the third one has a soft but lingering scent, like a mist that captures the... All clear? Don't get them mixed up now. Good. Be sure to come visit if you ever... I'll leave you with some parting words. One who tries to sail 3 boats simultaneously should be careful not to go overboard. Come and hang out with me at Scent of Spring.
Let's take these 3 perfumes over to the Statue of the Seven. Mr. Zhongli's probably been waiting a while.
Wow. Finish.
Leo's really got a lot going for it. We've brought the perfumes, mister. Did we take too long? You were just staring up at the...
You're compared to the watch that Rex Lapis's statues have kept over
Well, how can a person compete with...
That is true.
3 sets, and now...
Thank you both. Let us offer them up.
This is the first kind of perfume. Miss Yinger said that it's sweet as a dream, and it's liked by younger ladies. This is the second kind. It's got an elegant smell, and the daughters of high society love it. The third kind has a gentle but lingering fragrance. Something like the dusk mist, and it's a favorite of mature ladies. Oh, what was that? That's the one older ladies like, right? Does that mean that Rex Lapis is actually an older lady?
Perhaps. Rex Lapis has taken on countless forms. Perhaps that really was one of them.
What a shame. We only got to see the giant dragon form, and... Let's hope...
We can leave that to the authorities. Let us focus on the fond farewell for Rex Lapis.
So, we finished another step in our preparations.
Next, I would like the 2 of you to help me borrow the cleansing bell.
Cleansing bell?
At present, a friend of mine named Madame Ping is the guardian of the cleansing bell. She lives near Yujing Terrace. If you ask her...
Sure, but aren't you going to come with us?
I have certain reasons why I...
Man, why has he gotta be so secretive this time?
All things must change. Youngster, are you here to admire the... but it's a shame. These glazed lilies...
What
Back in my day, people said that if they heard beautiful sounds but if they heard too much wild gossip or slander, they would quit.
So that means these flowers feel what's happening in...
Yes, the rumors of Rex Lapis's death are no small matter. Some say it was a Fatui plot. Others say that the Chising made it all up. And still others think this harbor is like a mountain of dry tinder. One spark, and well, I shall say no more. This old woman's grown too old and naggy. Did you have... Ah, that old trinket. I remember it being here with me, but an old friend of mine used to wear it on his person. Back, he saw me gazing at it often and gave it to me. But he told me then that if someone should come to borrow that bell, I shouldn't. It has been many years, and who knows? Still, though, I can't recall when it started. Oh, these old bones are so slow to look for things. I doubt you can wait that.
That's right, Granny. We'll follow you back home and we...
All right, children. There is no need to worry. I didn't place the bell very far.
Do you live near here, Granny? Whoa, but this...
Oh, an old lady like me can't afford to buy a place in this city. See this ceramic teapot?
How does that work?
Oh, youngsters. I simply mean that the bell is somewhere inside this teapot.
This Granny's so weird. What does she mean her whole household is in here?
Youngsters, this is where this old woman keeps all her things. Quickly now, go fetch that bell.
Whoa! That sounds like Granny's voice. So, this is her teapot? What's going on?
Oh dear, so many cobwebs. It seems I really haven't cleaned it in a long while. Sorry to trouble you, children. Please help the old lady clean up.
Let it rain. such a special teapot and the cleansing bell? Do you think this old granny could also be an adeptus? Paimon's more and more convinced that she's an adeptus. But don't they all live in Chillian Karst? Why would she stay in the city? Speed of light. Hey, cut to the chase. How many levels does this teapot have? It would be nice if we had one of these too. Or at least we wouldn't have to camp outside.
Oh, you found it. Youngsters are so quick on their feet. Oh, now, let me see. How did this opening work again? Oh dear. All right. Oh, in and out in no time. You youngsters really are quick. The Chising. Those children stopped letting my friends and I into their council long ago. Still, they've done well recently. We old folks are content.
Paimon kinda knows what you mean. But is also, don't you think it's weird? Something's just happened to Rex Lapis, and then we come running up at—
Oh, don't be silly. Liyue Harbor has been through a great deal in its history. But no matter what, we have always performed the rite to cry, "Catch the murderer," at the top of one's lungs, but ignore the rite of parting. That, to me, is... Now that you have come to borrow the bell, I guess that perhaps an old friend of mine has finally decided to take Matt. So, why would I be unwilling to lend you the bell? Oh? Well, if it came to that, they would find a certain old... We haven't met in a while anyway. It would be nice to share. Well, you must have things to do. Since you have the bell, you... Oh, and do tell the person who sent you that if they have time, they can come over for tea. I don't have much to offer, but...
We will. Thanks, Granny.
Indeed, this is the cleansing bell. Let's place the perfume we've prepared inside. An adeptus.
That's suspicious. But if you don't want to oh, yes, that old... If you have the time, you can come over for tea.
That tone does not suit you. Still, her teapot is indeed very good. When a suitable time arrives, I'll bring a spot of fine tea and pay her.
So what's the next step in our preparation? Ooh, Paimon loves kites! Are you taking us kite flying? Is this our break time?
No. Kites are children's toys, yes. But they all... I will explain it to you. But our next course of...
Oh, sure.
Sir, you're here. The 7 kites you asked for have been made to order.
Yes, thank you.
It's rare to see customers who want to buy this type of kite nowadays.
Well, this is Mr. Zhongli from the Wangsheng Funeral Parlor. So he's probably what... We've talked about a whole bunch of things while traveling with him. He seems to know Liyue's favorite topics, money and government, really well. But he likes talking about less useful topics instead.
Well, that's because I prefer to share fun things with you.
Children's toys are very fun things, that's for sure. I enjoy... Finely crafted toys are well loved by children, but this craft itself has been honed over... I have made kites in Liyue for 40 years, and I am intimately familiar with the forms passed down from my ancestors.
Indeed. These are decorations used in the rite of parting.
I took the liberty of coloring outside the lines when doing the insignia of the animo. As for the kite that honors the Geo Archon, one must follow the contract.
Ah, Paimon's heard that name before. Huh?
The design of this kite displays a firm grasp on the cyclicality and eternity so dear to the Electro Archon. These markings of tree and leaf pay due honor to wisdom and the passage of time. Justice flows across the surface of the waters. War rages like a flame. Well then, Granny Shan, I shall take these back with me. As for the payment...
Well, allow me.
Hey, it's Child!
No, I see Mr. Zhongli's the same as ever. When paying, well, when getting others to... He knows a great deal about money, and about the trials of the common man. He just doesn't consider poverty to be something that could ever happen. Or perhaps, you could say that he cannot imagine himself...
How has he not died of hunger?
Child, you are as fond of jokes as ever. Well then, since we've purchased our kite, the rite of parting requires helping hands as...
Oh, by the way, take this bag of money. You probably won't want to let Zhongli do the bargaining, if you know what I mean. Seems I missed out on some interesting information. I suppose I'll just have to find a more opportune moment next...
Hiring help? Sure. But let me just say first that I'm a reserve member of the Adventurers Guild.
Adventure? Venturing into the mountains to capture a few crystal flies seems adventurous enough.
That's not hard. Almost a bit too easy for a reserve adventurer. Never mind. I'll only charge you 15,000.
A most fair price.
A pleasure doing business with you.
Chop suey!
A full day of odd jobs at Yujing Terrace. No problem.
Whoa, that's expensive. Could you give us a bit of a discount?
Hero of Mondstadt?
Well, you may never have heard of this hero, but it seems you've heard of Mora nonetheless. Thus, I will simply pay the whole sum.
Hey, that's a good price.
Oh, help? Sure. I tick. Oh, so what's the job?
Let me see. We are still missing some wooden implements over at Yujing Terrace.
No problem. That'll be 20.
Done.
This is all you got? No can do. Child? No. He's putting up the money? No, still no. Wouldn't that mean I have to... How about this? Let's make a trade. I'll take what you're offering, right? Get me a single Chinkson flower, and I'll consider that payment for a detour to find this child fellow. How does that sound?
Guess we've got no choice.
Have you brought the goods? Hey, that's pretty good. These things are pretty rare. With this Chinkson flower, I should be able to pacify my daughter tonight.
Adventurer!
Don't be shy.
All finished then? Splendid. Any leftover cash is yours to keep. A favor for the Fatui.
You think you can buy us off with some loose change? No way! Paimon demands to know when the next payment is coming.
Well, how does this sound? You give me the...
What info do you need? Huh. Does that mean you know what he's after? Yikes! You're right! Signora!
You both need to calm down. I don't know what's gotten into you. Just what is this about? The atmosphere got so
Next, we need some everlasting incense. For this, we need to go to Boo Boo Pharmacy, the finest pharmacy in all of... Is... everything...
Everything is fine. I was just informing them that they need not... Now, if you'll excuse me.
Paimon definitely felt like Child wasn't happy with us just now.
This is a clear fire hazard
The receptionist. Hello?
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Huh? Did you hear that?
The reception, it seems.
How about... about this one over here. What's the talisman doing? It can't be.
Welcome to Boo Boo Pharmacy. I am Chi-Chi. Once upon a time, Chi-Chi died. Then, Chi-Chi was saved by the Adepti. Now...
Something like this would be unimaginable.
Hello, little girl. Do you sell everlasting incense?
Excuse me, sir. Did you bring your prescription?
Surely no prescription is needed to purchase everlasting...
Chi-Chi can get your medicine, but only if you show Chi-Chi your prescription. These...
Zombies are limited to acting within the confines of their orders. And somehow in this case, my dear Chi-Chi, we didn't bring a prescription.
Okay then.
How did you manage that?
But Chi-Chi helps you.
Since when do customers need to do favors for
Never mind. Just think of it as a peer-to-peer transaction.
Go to Mount Tianheng, find the Guizhong Ballista, and hunt a cocoa goat. Please and thank you.
I don't believe so. It's a kind of crossbow turret, installed on Mount Tianheng by an adeptus in the distant past. An early mechanical device. Located in Tianheng Pass, it was designed to automatically fire at large monsters, protecting Liyue.
Mr. Zhongli really knows Liyue inside out.
Apparently not quite. This is the first I have ever heard of the
The cocoa goat is a legendary animal.
Did you want to ask?
No, just that what it looks like. Don't know. Where to find it? Don't know either. Where it came from?
Very well then. Let's start by investigating near the...
What the heck? It's huge! Paimon can totally believe it took an Adeptus to build this. But how do you operate this thing? Aw, what?
After millennia of wear and tear, even Adepti contraptions are difficult to maintain.
So what are we gonna do? Quick, Mr. Zhongli!
You almost make it sound like I'm some sort of bourgeois. That said, let me think for a moment. As I recall, there is a military supply post from that period. If we can retrieve the spare parts from where they are stored.
So, what you're saying is that you...
I have a smattering of knowledge on... With the parts in hand, I could at least tinker with it.
Where is that supply post? Here, post...
These parts look useful. One moment. It is done. The Guizhong Ballista is more...
Ooh!
It's easy enough. We simply need to do this. Look, it even has a scope.
Over here we have... nothing. And over there...
Hey! Just what do you think you're doing? So you fixed up this turret because you're planning to do what, exactly?
Not a turret. A Guizhong Ballista. Also, kindly state your name before you ask a question.
Are you blind or something? This area's supposed to be chock full of hidden treasures, but you can't get anywhere near them with this thing keeping watch. It might look like any other mechanical device, but last time we approached the mountain, it nearly skewered one of our guys. A few of us risked our lives to disarm it, which amazingly we managed. And then we turn our backs for 2 seconds. The next thing you'll be repaired.
Tut tut. Vandalizing the legacy of an Adeptus for selfish... It is not we who need reprimanding.
Jab and cross. Have a taste of this.
Nowhere to hide.
Should.
Don't blink!
Another test subject.
Not so hard!
Nowhere to hide.
The wrong test subject.
Don't blink! Hey!
Picked the wrong test subject.
You're open!
With swords instead.
Speed up fast!
Gotta get out of here. I'm out.
These lowlifes didn't know...
Troubling ourselves over this rabble is not worth the time. We should...
Oh, yeah, that! So we've got the...
A search using the Guizhong Ballista revealed no significant... What's more, a contraption built using Adeptus technology should have no trouble detecting an Adeptus...
Which means... A Paimon wouldn't go that...
We won't solve anything while standing here and racking our brains. Let's return to Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Good idea. We did our best, and that's what counts. Bet you can't keep up with me!
It won't get better if you don't take your medicine.
Forgive us. We were unable to fulfill our end of the contract.
What a disappointment.
Aw, poor Chi-Chi. Why does Paimon feel so guilty all of a sudden?
Cocoa goat milk is tasty. So tasty. I'm sorry. I have a poor... here. This is the name.
Huh?
I owe you both an apology. I hastily agreed to what appeared to be an
Never mind, Zhongli. You didn't know. As the Leroy proverb goes, all things...
Excuse me, everyone.
Oh. Sorry, but Paimon's gonna leave the job of shattering this poor kiddo's world to you.
No.
It seems Chi-Chi took this pretty hard.
Someone learnt a valuable life lesson today.
Might I ask who?
Ah, how rude of me. I'm Baiju, boss of the Boo Boo Pharmacy.
Paimon thought Chi-Chi was the boss. Turns out it's some wacko who wears medicinal ingredients around his neck. What a sorry state of affairs. This little mascot is even more of a simpleton than Chi-Chi. Ah! The snake is speaking! I prefer to stay silent, but faced with strangers, I must speak, lest you mistake me for an escapee from the medicine cabinet.
Don't mind Chung Sheng. She's a good girl, really. As for you three, communal chaos causing with Chi-Chi aside...
Do you sell everlasting incense in this fine...
Everlasting incense?
Whew, at last.
3 million mora. Top quality. Guaranteed.
You might as well just rob the Golden House. Oh, but the Chising have taken it over for now.
3 million.
It's a crazy number. We'd never be able to make that much more.
This is correct.
What are we gonna do? Is this the...
Cocoa Goat! Cocoa Goat!
Hey, let's laugh.
I'm almost in tears over here. Thank you. That was the best laugh. Excuse me, sir. Dr. Baiju, isn't it? Truly honored. I'm Child. If Boo Boo Pharmacy needed a stable supply of, say, coconut milk,
Strange. I knew the Fatui infiltrated businesses with seductive deals, but...
Coconut milk. Baiju, quick. Chi-Chi wants coconut milk.
Ah, yes, of course, Chi-Chi. Anything you want. Thank you, child. I look...
That's like 0 different.
2,990,000. Well, now that this is settled, we must head back to Yujing Terrace. Mr. Child, Dr. Baiju, little Miss Chi-Chi, see you soon.
Ah, that lot is an absolute riot. So, you've been eavesdropping on...
Yes, Master Child. They spoke of the Qixing taking the Golden House.
Well. Ningguang and her Qixing cronies. What else would they be hiding in the Golden House, if not the Exuvia? I apologize, but I warned you, didn't I? As the old Liu saying goes, the walls have ears.
I won't get ready for the gliding champion of Mondstadt.
Well, as it stands...
Oh, finally!
Well, traveler, have you get... Odd? Which is it, I want? The questions that such travels raise are ever so complicated. To treat you to a meal. Oh, yes, don't... Tonight, I shall take you both to an old hole in the wall.
Hole in the wall? As in a...
Indeed. Let us meet near the harbor. At third round knock.
May the Lord of Geo protect you.
Ah, you're here. There's no need to order. I've already done so. Third round knockout is not for lightweights, like those taverns in Mondstadt. Here, the owner does not take such unorthodox orders as fruit juice. I ordered some wine-fermented sweet rice balls for you, if that counts.
If it is to your liking, dear customers, I shall continue the tale of Lady Ningguang's...
Hey! There's even a store!
Besides fine wine, the excellent ambiance. But when I say ambiance, I refer to a different sort from the one that...
As you all know, high above the land of Liu, what does it mean to have all-seeing eyes? This, my friends, Lady... Imagine. The weather is clear, and you gaze down from the deck on the... Behold! The glorious sights of Liu Harbor, stretching out far and wide. They say that when Lady Ningguang ponders important affairs, she retreats to her jade chamber with none but her 3 closest confidants in tow. Why brings she these trusted 3 to sift through sources, dig through documents, looking for information? Piece by piece, facts and figures paint a picture on the walls of the chamber. But well before the wall is filled, Lady Ningguang's mind is made up. Having made her call, she has every last document shredded, and whoosh, she scatters the shavings out her window. Ah, look at them, how they billow in the wind like a sudden swirling lizard. As the fragments fall, traces of text flicker before the eyes of the merchants of Liyue, like ink stains in white snow. The saying goes, the rarest treasures in the land are the words brought by the paper snow. For the words of the Tianquan have the power to move mountains, and all throughout the land know it. These are but scraps of paper, and yet they guide Lady Ningguang's hand. Merely grasping one or two of them will surely gift you a fragment of her.
Tianquan Ningguang. Feels like we're hearing this name. Liyue locals talk about her. The Fatui hate her. She's most likely the one who hid the Exuvia, and we... Paimon went...
At last I have found you. You who returned from Jueyun Kart.
Who's there?
Wait, I am not with the Millilith, nor am I here to claim your bounty. However, I am an emissary of the Liyue Qixing. My name is Ganyu, secretary at the Yuehai Pavilion, and I have come specifically to meet you. Well, in concrete terms, I am the corporate secretary for the Qixing. At the moment, I am serving as Lady
Ningguang sent you?
My apologies, you who have returned from Jueyun Karst. I am duty-bound, but I have with me a letter from Lady Ningguang. She extends a formal invitation to you in her... She invites you to her palace in the...
An official invitation?
Lady Ningguang said this. Invite him to come here. I wish to meet him. At the Jade Chamber, together we shall snip every one of these entwining dark threads.
Made another handsome snow today.
And with that, the emissary who called herself what we've received an invitation will be meeting people that have way more money than Paimon could ever count.
An invitation to... You'd best be on your way now. But...
Don't worry, we will...
Listen, let